Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It is good to be back with you. The last time we talked, it was on Thursday, and it was a crazy morning. I was getting my breakfast together. My friend Danny showed up, and we were taking off to Springfield, Missouri for the Design for Life conference. And then we didn't meet on Friday. I thought about it, but the time was, the time zone was different, and then we were off to the conference early in the morning, so I didn't come on Friday, but I am so excited to be back with you. We had a fabulous time. We really did. I don't think that anything could have gone any better than it did. We had wonderful travel there and back. The conference was outstanding. They had an incredible worship team that was actually, this conference is actually put on by the James River Church in Springfield. And so they had some of their worship people leading. They are incredibly talented. They had lots of surprises for us. They had like little gifts under our seat, and we actually had a host assigned to us, and so she kind of was with us and was able to help us with like restaurants and food around town. And we ate some wonderful food. I don't know if you were able to look at my Instagram stories, but we ate some good food while we were there, which surprised me because Springfield is not it's not a huge city, so I wasn't sure like what the restaurant scene was going to be, but we ate some really good food, and it was just so, and we got a lot of good rest, which was really important. So we were able to rest in between sessions. It was not like an intense schedule where sometimes conferences are, where you're just one thing to the next. We had like morning and afternoon, and then we had a nice long break till just an evening session. So we were able to rest a good deal. We were able to shop a little bit, and we just had a really great time. But I thought when I came back, I mean, the speakers were so incredible. It was Priscilla Shirer actually taught twice, and she was the James River Church guest. So we actually went to the church on their regular Sunday morning service, and she actually taught that too. And then Lisa Harper taught, and Bobby Houston, which is from the Hillsong Church out of Australia, she actually flew over just for the conference. Who else did we see? I feel like there was like one more guest. Well, Debbie Lindell, which is the pastor's wife, who puts on the whole thing, she actually taught on Thursday night, and just such good, rich teaching. And I thought I would share this week maybe some of the things that kind of really stood out to me, if that's okay. One of them is Priscilla Shirer. They all were just such good storytellers, but Priscilla was sharing a story about how her and her family went to Cape Town. I guess it was last summer. She was there, I think, for speaking, and then she took her whole family, and they were out in a safari, and the guy in the Jeep, or whatever it was, yes, Marie, I'm looking at your thing. She said, is she the lady who wrote She Believes? Yes, so Debbie Lindell wrote She Believes, and she is the pastor's wife, and she runs the women's ministry at the church, and they put on this conference every year. But anyway, so Priscilla is out on the safari, and they run into a herd. I guess a herd. I don't know, a group of zebras. And the guy remarks that there was one little baby zebra. I don't know if it was a foal or what you call it, but there was one little baby, and I guess he had his mama with him, and he said that's the first time I've seen them in a while with the rest of the herd. And he explained that zebras' stripes are just as unique as our thumbprints, and so none of them are the same. And they said especially in the forehead and the head area, it's very unique. And what a mama zebra will do is when the baby is young, she will take him away from the rest of the herd, and it'll be just the two of them. And the reason is that the baby is learning the pattern of the stripes of his mama. So he cannot mistake her. When they come back to the herd, he will know immediately by the stripes on his head that is his mama that loves him and is going to take care of him. And she related that to, the times when we are vulnerable and weak like a little baby, that we need to come away with our Father, and so we can learn who He is. We need to learn His patterns. We need to learn His stripes. We need to learn just who He is, so that when we are, in the herd and there's a multitude and there's all this going on, we know exactly where God is and exactly what God is doing and exactly God's character, and we can see His work in our lives and know who loves us, and we can concentrate and amongst all the rest, we can find our Father. And this ministry is called Abiding Ministries, and really my heart behind it is that all our problems could be solved if we would just spend time with the Father and know Him and get to know Him and hear what He believes about us and what He has for us and the things that He wants us to do, and the truth that is through Him. And I found in Philippians 3 this morning, Paul is saying, he says, "What is more, I consider everything a loss compared to the surpassing greatness of knowing Christ Jesus my Lord." And I just want to echo that from this weekend and from what she was saying, is just that there's nothing as good as knowing our Father. And so I just want to encourage you to come away, especially if you are in a hard season, just to come away from the herd and to get one-on-one with your Father and get to know Him and get to know His patterns and get to know the truth. And that's where I was really challenged with Priscilla's, that part of Priscilla's talk, is that I don't know, we can just know Him. We can know Him. And but sometimes we have to be the ones that take us out of the multitude. So that's what I wanted to share this morning, and I will, can you close the door, please? Sorry about that. It's raining outside and it's dark outside, so did I say that already? I don't know, but we're in my bedroom, so because it's nasty outside. So anyway, let me pray for us. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this weekend. And I just thank you that we're able to meet here together again. I pray that we would be so intentional about going away with you and to know you, to know who you are, and to know your truth. And I just pray even today that you would be just so close to us. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys. Let me just check the time. Okay, it's only 7:28, so I have a few minutes. So I saw Marie join. I already said hello, sort of. To Marie. I thought somebody else joined, but I'm not seeing any names show up on my screen. So, like I said, it's so good to be back with you guys. And one of the things that I just really just felt over the weekend is that I just want to keep continuing what I'm doing. I think sometimes you go to these conferences and you sort of get a word from the Lord to like change directions, or this is what you need to do. I remember sitting actually in Catalyst. It would have been almost exactly 8 years ago, and I can remember the Lord just really pressing on me that we were going to adopt. And that was just like a huge, I was just weeping. I was just weeping at that conference and just knew there was somebody that had spoken that had been adopted. And so sometimes you go to a conference and you feel like God is shifting something in your life. And just this weekend, I just felt God just like anchoring me down even further what I'm doing. My family and my work and, ministry, and just, I'm on the right track. I just got to keep going. So Marie said, "Glad you had a nice trip. Loved your Instagram stories." Oh, I'm so glad. My kids were making fun of me for some of it, but that's okay. I had fun doing them. It's so funny because like usually when I'm like home and I'm at work, there's like nothing to put on Instagram stories because I'm just sitting at my desk all day. So it's fun to actually like be out and be able to share some fun stuff. And we were just so actually surprised. It was such a fun city. It was an interesting city. It was kind of in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot of flat land, but anyway, we drove also down to Branson, and that had a lot of that had some interesting things in it. We actually have a list of things that we would like to do if we went back. So maybe we'll go back to the conference next year. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, this is getting kind of long, so I'm going to go. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back tomorrow.